Hello, this is Doc Penguin Doc. I'm here with a inaugural ship showcase. These are just kind of me walking through the ships and just talking about what I notice or would do differently, maybe. That's about the extent of my critical opinions. Really, it's just to show off some different ships built by the community for the. Well, I'll add any that are above the 100 meters to the scale chart. And if we have enough entries below 100 meters, I might make a smaller chart as well. But this inaugural ship is the Orba Fleetworks Helios class yacht by ComCardinal, who called dibs on first. So I have briefly looked at this one because it was for the yacht contest, but I haven't actually done a detailed walkthrough necessarily. So we're just going to kind of scan around the outside, and then we will jump onto the inside. I do like since this is meant to be a yacht, the overall shape definitely does give off a yacht vibe. And this main deck being a big observation window is really good as well. Got a pool in here, some umbrellas and things. Then we've got two decks. Looks like a command one and maybe another command, or maybe just observation. As far as the engine shapes in the back, really good 45-degree square rectangle things. And some good depth on the inside. Overall pretty good depth as well with these vents are pretty good, and then we've got some sort of just small cutouts and things. I noticed over here there's a little cutout. And good use of texture, because we've got standard, but it also advanced here to just break it up a little. And then these non-hull blocks, the ingots. Some slightly unfortunate tiling just because of how the game is. This corner is actually tiled correctly and that one's not, but not much you can do about that. And good blinky. I'm pretty sure the other side, if I remember, was red and this one's green. Let me just look if they're blinking. Yeah, back and forth. And then there was these doors here. Can I open it? Oh, I need to actually put the activation beam in here. That'll do something. There was a escape pod maybe? Or maybe cargo. I'm guessing escape pod. Was this button for it? Or is this something else? I'm not sure what the button is for. Be unrelated. Some good greebling to fill in this gap in the middle. And this is actually pretty convincing. The pipes help make it look a little more circular as well. Maybe that's for refueling, or it kind of looks like a plug on the back. Pretty much is. Look at the bottom and the top. Pretty as expected for the bottom, just very in line with the rest of the ship. At the top, that's a nice pattern here, which gives off the Helios sun namesake aspect. And we've got a spoiler, some sort of fin, like boats do. Not sure what the purpose of them are. It's just the same as a regular car spoiler. But let's transition into the inside. There was airlocks on both sides. I'm guessing you can see the other airlock straight across from here. And the gravity's on the outside. Just a Plex airlock with buttons, although there's nothing stopping you from just ejecting everything. Personally, if I'm using Plex, I usually just have it detect, like, if this one opens, close this one, and then vice versa, rather than using buttons, because my instinct generally is just to use Plex doors with the actual R key. Hey, Future Doc here with a quick cutaway, just to show off what I meant. So, when you have these sort of Plex airlocks with the button cycling, there's an obvious safety flaw where if an astronaut comes in and uses their hands, you're gonna lose all your atmosphere. So all this does is you have your system clock to pulse the sensors so that they're reading the doors. So you have one to the outside door, one to the inside door. The way sensors work, they need the constant pulse, and then they'll power the adjacent block when they're sensing something. So since this is sensing that inside door is closed, it's powering this adjacent one. And then if we do this, vice versa. And then we have the activation modules tied into a knot, so the knot is powering the opposite door. So because this door opened up, it's telling it to close the outside door. And then vice versa, if we were to open this, it's going to tell it to close the inside door. So all that does is basically cycle your airlock automatically when the astronaut is using R instead of your button, but this doesn't impact your actual button cycling in any way. This is purely just on top of it. So yeah, back to the tour. I've got 3 options, but I'm guessing this is the main window here. So we'll just start with the main area. Got a bar, which doesn't... Okay, you can kind of squeeze in there. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to squeeze past this one. Oh yeah, just barely. Pretty good view. We've got all these drinks here, presumably. I'm not sure if these are lanterns or drinks. It could be drinks, although if they're lanterns, I might have used the crystal capsules. Got the umbrellas, which is good hidden lighting. Got diving board and the pool. Some of these are above, and these ones are below. But this little gap is a little weird looking. I'd probably put all of them above just for consistency's sake. This is a secret. Oh, just some ventilation maybe? Or whatever the equivalent is for a pool. And then we've just got some more lounge chairs, umbrellas, and then a hot tub, presumably. Although the blue light indicates a little more cold than hot, I would say. And then a good view above. I also really love these wall textures with the bricks. I do wish we had more good like interior design blocks, because a lot of things are very like industrial focused, but these floorings and these walls are really good, and the ceiling even. And good like use of the color here, and different colored floors and everything to make it all you know, not just seem like I'm in a box. Got the bathroom, mirror, sink, standard toilet, and maybe a trash can, and good ventilation, some piping maybe. Okay, we have a little elevator. We'll get to that, I guess, later. It's presumably the same kind of bathroom. Yes. There wasn't a urinal, was there? No, they're exactly the same. Alright. And then that's the other entrance. This is the other airlock. So good, like, layout organization-wise. The medical bay, good use of some different colors there to indicate it. Pretty standard medical bay, I would say. And in the back, these must be the escape pods. Fill pod to capacity. Okay. Fly away from threat. We'll look at those at the end. It says escape pod right there. And then engineering. Main reactor. Core. Okay, this is the core room. Engine emitters. Shield emitters. I'm not sure what this could do, per se. It actually is disabling some sort of system or not. Main reactor, okay, just some good use of the stat things in here. I doubt any of these are buttons, hidden buttons. I don't remember how long ago they added that. And presumably all just symmetrical over here. No instructions on this pod though. And then, transporter. The very Star Trek-esque transporter room. Warning, yeah. Transporters with lower shields. Assume there's not multiple or anything. Probably just the one room. Good that gravity is right in that room. There's gravity in the core room. Yes, very good. And the faction module. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a whole bottom deck. If this is like, well, we'll see when we go upstairs. Are these the same? There's two banks. Okay. Let's go down first. What's this? Oh, this is a door. It's gonna let out in a separate area, maybe. I see. Because this isn't quite as wide, that makes sense. Emerald Hall. So we have a dining hall. Very... It gives off creepy vibes a little bit, but that's okay. Great ceiling here. And the walls, again, are still top-notch. It feels a little conference-y, but there's... I don't know how many... There was a lot of lawn chairs up top, I thought. I would have maybe put 2 tables if possible. Or some more tables. But it depends on the vibe of the yacht, I guess, if everyone's fine eating together. I didn't actually really explore that detailed. There wasn't anything to the right that I missed, was there? Okay, there totally was, and I tunnel visioned on that. So I was thinking, like, is there even a kitchen? Okay. So we got the crew quarters, bathroom, and showers that is running. Alright. And just basic storage. Alright. This deck is more technical looking because we have the girders and the pipes and hull blocks and things, so that is a good, like, differentiation that it looks different. And I assume, is this also? Yeah, it's just symmetrical. But we're still gonna take a look. So I'm guessing he must use these as trash cans, maybe? These black paints. I'm inferring them correctly based on their placement in the various rooms we've been in. Yeah, all these. So we got 8 crews. So this must actually be maybe a crew deck. If there's 8, yeah, there's 8 seats in here. So that makes a little bit more sense. And then here's the kitchen, which I assume this supplies, and the freezer. This is actually a really good freezer. Is this just base storage though? It actually does have a little bit of a storage block there. Okay. So yeah, I'm guessing this kitchen must supply both the crew banquet hall there and the upstairs bar. I'm guessing the guests mostly just stay in that one upper room, and that the crew quarter is actually just running the ship. This whole lower deck is just for crew purposes. And so really, pretty much everything from here forward is for the actual guests. Let's take a look up. Top floor. Ooh, fancy floor in here. The call button. Yellow room. Oh, okay, so these are the guest quarters then. Yellow room, teal room, and a bathroom. Sink, shower. No garbage can for the guests, so maybe I'm wrong about the black pipe thing. And the color is just determined by just the bed, okay. I don't know if there is enough colors of the ingots to shake it up, but that is just consistent across the ship, which is fine. And then orange and pink, and these are all the same. Alright, that makes sense. And I do like also now we have floorboards too, which are different. I would love to see more types of wood planks in the game. And then a gold room, okay. And this is also the same, just rotated. Perfect. So there's 5 rooms, 10 guests. So that is good. And I'm guessing they just have to eat in the, okay, it's just delayed. Eat in the main deck lounge area. Ship name plaque, very good. Water landing mode, interesting. Guessing we're not going to be able to see what that's doing from up here. But I'm sure there's a remote for that. Ooh, I didn't notice the view they had down into the main deck. That's pretty good. And yet another floor type. Unless if I missed that from before. We got speed and shield. Nice little HUD up here. With the speed tags and things. The captain's view is unfortunately... when you sit, it's a little bit better. Little low, but that's okay. And then communications, FTLMS, faster than light, something. No, because it'd be communications. I'm not sure what that means. Computer core. Okay, this is just the clock. But that's a good way to rationalize it. Oh, there is a red alert, running lights, and radiator function. Is that going to be determined by speed, the radiator thing? I'm not sure. Oh, and we have a little undocked sensor as well for navigation. Okay, pretty cool. Well, okay, this one is all just flavor text. Okay. And then there should be the one more deck. Okay, this one. Oh, good, but there's more rooms. So I was gonna say there's a lot of lounge chairs out there. So this is just an observation deck, and then we have red room. Yeah, okay, these are the same. Red room, purple room, green room, blue room. Okay, so in total there's 4 times 5. 4 times 2. There's 18. We might as well go fact check. Just see how many lawn chairs there are out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 12. So I think that's pretty reasonable, plus the 5 here. bring us up. So there's actually a pretty consistent ratio going on here with available space, which is good to see. The only, I guess, thing I'm not sure about is, and we might as well test this elevator, is whether or not the this is just for crew. I would kind of assume dining, meeting, and ballroom. Okay. So maybe this all actually is kind of a interchangeable room, which would make sense as well. I just kind of figured, there is a door here. I don't know if I missed that or not. Okay. So that makes more sense that back hall is kind of cut off from guests then, and that would imply more so that this is a hall for guests, which seems logical. We come back up to the main area then. The only part that might be a little off is the bridge, but I think it still is in line. It would just be that this door is locked for personnel, but it would still let the guests just kind of look at what's going on in there out of curiosity, I suppose. And then everyone has access to escape pods. So the build modules are just for crew capacity then, so everyone can hop into something. And then we can test this out now. So there's 2 dockers, which is interesting, and then just a launch button. So we're just gonna see how consistent this is. That works pretty well. All right. Well, then which docker do we have to use? Is there 2? Top and bottom. So I'm curious if it can go either way or if it doesn't matter. Let's find out. I'm gonna guess the bottom is... Yeah, bottom's the second one. And then where'd the ship go? Okay. But does it accept these back is the question. Because it does close the door behind, which makes sense. Oh. Okay, so if this launch is active, it's shooting out. If it's closed... Okay, that just toggles the door. And this button, is that what this is for? No. So once you're... Oh, wait, no. It is actually pulling in again. It's just the last... There's no pickup point. So if you have it still launched, then you click the button. Then you dock. Then once you're in, you let go. And that closes the door back. Okay. That works. I probably would have just had... Because the wireless ship remote is already turning the door on and off. I would just also have this going in and out, probably. With the same ship remote, but I figured it out. What's that button? Oh, that's just internal logic. Okay. Well, now that we're in the ship, let's actually take a look around here. So, 2 side airlock dockers, jump drive, activation module, no other buttons. So what's this whole water landing thing? Water landing mode. Let's go back into creative here. It doesn't have to do with the windows. And it doesn't have to do with any sort of like literal landing apparatus on the bottom. Although the fact that it has a water landing mode definitely adds to why it's literally boat shaped if it actually does work at the as a boat, although maybe it has to do with some sort of rudder. No? Think anything changed on the back? No. So I'm guessing it would still have to use the main thrusters. Maybe it closes these bottom vents? Because there was something about the ventilation. Proper radiator function. Let me just see if that happens while we're moving. Yeah, oh, that's very good. That's very good. So as you're... It tracks your speed with the computer, and as you're gaining speed, or no, just when you're at... Oh yeah, maybe just when you're changing speed, which is actually even smarter functionality then. But, I mean, it's just... Yeah, I think it's just when you're actively changing speed, or it could actually be power consumption based, which makes more sense then. It's not speed based. Okay. That is very good. Because I've done some where it's speed based, and it's just if you're moving, the back engine lights move on, which you can see the actual flumes on these ones since the thrusters are visible. But if it's power consumption, which makes more sense from a radiations perspective, that also makes sense then. Yeah, let's look at the reactor here. So there's the jump drive, which we saw, top speed 3, which makes sense, and then some shields, which let's just look at the number here. Reactor size, thrusters, no weapons. This is the one I'm looking for though. So we've got the one shield group with 400,000. And I'm assuming it covers the whole ship. So that is nice. Does this have anything to do with the water landing? No. Still a little unsure. I'm just gonna poke around and see if I can find anything that this is connecting to at a glance, and also just make sure I didn't miss any rooms. Nothing is popping out of me. Very good use of internal volume though. There's not really any gaps. Yeah, I'm not sure what the water landing could be referring to. Maybe I will read the page momentarily to see if it gives any hints about that. Oh, that's the light, okay. But it doesn't look like... Oh, here it is. So is this actually activating these rails? No. I mean, it's clearly going back and forth between some options, but it must be directly tied into whatever is going on. It's not in this, or here, or here. And I don't see anything outside lit up. I don't see anything inside. Oh, this is an and. Or... yeah, that's an and. It's actually even harder to tell then. Well, I'll look that up in a moment, but there was also in engineering a button, I think. But I don't know what that did either. Engine emitters, shield emitters. So this I turned off those lights, I think. Okay. Or am I crazy? I'm pretty sure those lights went off. So it's just directly connected into them. No. Probably goes to a logic thing as well. I just lost where I went. Okay. What if we turn that off? Oh yeah. Okay. Well, maybe actually this is doing the same thing then. We do this. Still looks like it's on. Let me look it up. Oh. I see. This is the bottom lights, maybe? Okay. Okay. So we're not thrusting into the ocean with the bottom ones, I guess? That. Oof, lag spike. That makes sense. I understand now. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was all the features, though. Is there any other cameras, though? Because this one's a little unfortunate. Okay, yeah. Observation, bridge, and then I did see the airlock ones. So that makes sense. Both are external. And then there's no weapons or any other sort of systems besides the jump drive. So I'm pretty sure that covers the ship all the way through. Overall, I do really love the interior decoration as far as the block usage here with the Tecton bricks and cinnabar and all these things. Obviously, not all ships are going to be a yacht, so there are going to be plenty that have this more industrial style, but I do like that it is clearly differentiated between, like, these are the guest decks with the more fancy stuff, and then down in sort of the crew area, you can see this, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it with my earlier confusion regarding the ballroom here, you can tell this is a guest area because of the walls, whereas this is a crew area because of the walls. So that makes a lot more sense. And then I'm guessing just parties would have to schedule, and obviously if this is kind of a combo hall here, dining, meeting, ballroom, they can split up tables and rearrange this however they want, presumably. I see, crew bunks and kitchen. Nice. I'm not sure if the 2 elevators were 100% necessary, but definitely from a lore aspect, when theoretically this game is a little more thriving, you would need multiple banks to deal with as many crew as you would have, or as many people. Oh yeah, that's docked, so I can't do that. But yeah, I think that concludes this first inaugural ship showcase. So I'll see you around. Hopefully, my plan is one of these a month. Please hold me to that, because we'll see. I'm pretty easily distracted, but we'll at least have 12 within this calendar year, I'm thinking. Pretty sure. There's already a number in queue, so I just have to go record those and then figure out what my plan is for editing them. There's probably not going to be any crazy edits, but as you see, I do occasionally get lag spikes, so if you did notice any weird jump cuts, that was me just cutting out a lag spike because I have a terrible computer that can barely run this game. So yeah, we'll just finish it here as I hit another one of these signature lag spikes. But if you got a ship you want me to walk through, just let me know. Otherwise, thank you for watching.